Do you think you might be a little self-destructive?
Oh yeah, definitely self-destructive. Yeah, without even thinking about it. I don't even think about it till after I destructed myself.
All right, Dakota. Dakota, where'd you grow up? Where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from Chester, West Virginia. I moved to Pittsburgh, but originally from West Virginia.
West Virginia. And tell me about your family growing up. You had both your parents?
I didn't have the most ideal childhood. You know, I had two biological parents. They had 8 kids. They lost all of us on and off. Growing up, we were all in and out of foster care. And I had a little brother. His name was Isaiah. He died when he was 38 days old. You know, unknown death. So
why did you guys end up in the foster care?
My parents would end up in jail or, get arrested again, and then we go back to the state, because the family members were tired of taking 8 kids in, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, we were just in and out of that, system for a while.
And how would you describe your childhood?
It was unique, but it wasn't normal, it was unstable, I'd say. But it was rough, yeah.
Did you get through high school?
Through high school, I ended up getting adopted later, like into childhood. So the people who adopted us, they were good people, and the life was good after that. But like I said, the start was rough.
And you finished high school?
I did finish high school.
And after school, where'd you go after that?
Well, I started working dead-end construction jobs, usually with a bunch of drug addicts.
Lots of drugs in West Virginia?
Tons, which I went right down that road that they did, the older guys doing the drugs. So I kind of set myself up for failure there.
And how old are you now?
22.
22. And you came to LA how long ago?
October 27, 2020, or 2027, about 7 months ago, roughly.
And what made you come to LA?
Well, I was kind of committing insurance fraud. I was getting paid to go to rehabs, and they were just kicking us in and out of these facilities, and paying us, and then billing the insurance companies buku bucks and then breaking us off pennies, so that's how I ended up out here. And that all came to a halt when I got put on a blacklist for going to too many of them.
Mm-hmm. And that left you homeless?
Yeah, left me homeless and stranded in LA.
So where do you stay now? You're in a tent?
I stay here on Skid Row in a tent, yeah, on 5th and San Pedro.
Right. What do you think of Skid Row?
That's crazy. It's wild, you got, I don't know what they're putting in the food or the drugs or whatever it is, but you see all these people talking to themselves and dancing in the mornings and, thinking that they're like performing a concert for nobody but themselves. I mean, I watch them sometimes, and I don't like to see that I'm watching, because when they know that they got a little audience, they turn it up 10, so I just peek over and waiting at like the missions for breakfast or whatever. I just like kind of watch them and thinking like, are these people this fucking crazy, or are they playing this crazy? That's what I ask myself, but I can't tell. I don't know who can.
There's a million flavors of crazy down here too.
Oh, yeah.
So are drugs a part of your life?
Yeah.
What's your drug now?
I mainly have stuck with opiates, my whole life. So I progressed from, pain pills to heroin and now fentanyl, but East Coast drugs are a lot different than, West Coast drugs. It's a lot more intensified out here, a lot more, I'd say, deadly and potent, So
the painkillers are a big thing in West Virginia, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were it's phenomenal, the amount of, prescriptions getting pushed out of that state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you support yourself now?
To be honest, I like to recycle. I was selling a lot of drugs, which I ended up getting a severe injury over, so I cut that off.
Yeah, tell me about your injury. What happened to you?
Well, I kind of seen this place that I originally started buying drugs from, and I knew the hours that they were working. So I, had a businessman mind, and I said, well, while these guys aren't here, I'm just gonna post up down the street a little bit and sell their shit that I'm behind, And word got out that I was down there making a little money, when they weren't there. So that I'm not gonna say any names, but the main guy had put one of his workers to come buy something off me in the hours that I was there. And the guy did, and I obviously gave it to him, and he seen that it was his stuff, just chopped up a little bit, added a little bit of impurity to it, and wasn't happy with it. So my stupid ass shows back up to just keep doing the same routine, and I see some guys pull up and pull a gun out, and I just took off running, and I got shot in my shoulder, by a 38. I still have a bullet in my bone. I never went to the hospital or nothing because, I was told that they will contact the state police immediately, and I got warrants, in multiple states. So
so you don't want to go to the hospital because you have warrants?
Yeah.
So what's it like being shot by a 38?
It's no fun, but kind of how it happened was luckily I seen the tip of the gun was silver, so I knew what it was when I seen it, and I took off running, and they kind of even drove up like kind of smart-aleckly saying like, hey, you got anything for sale? And I seen it was like a really nice car and stuff, something like, this didn't feel right. And then when I seen that, I took off sprinting down this hill, and when they did shoot me, I think that they thought they had got me in the head or the heart or whatever, because whenever the bullet hit me, I went like cartwheeling almost through the air. I cracked my skull open here and here, kind of reminded myself of like a deer running through a field that someone just shot, and they had peeled off and just took off.
But the power of the bullet,
it just
knocked you over?
Yeah, it took me off my feet running downhill, and kind of like lifted me up, and I just started rolling, and I got up and just still continued running until I felt like a bunch of sweat, pouring down, and I looked down and it's just blood running off my fingers and shit. I'm like, what is this? I just stopped right where I was at. It was kind of like on the side of a freeway. I got a blanket, wrapped it around my arm and my shoulder because I heard cop sirens like 2 minutes later, I didn't want them to stop and ask, see all this blood, like, oh, what happened, But the cops, they actually passed me out, so I was walking after this happened, and I hid the blood pretty good, and I just seen them all shoom, 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 with their lights on. Now I knew they were coming after someone to just call the police about gunshots. I'm thinking like a smart average person be like waving them down like, oh, paramedic or something. But I had drugs on me too. So I mean, what am I gonna? Yeah, drug deal gone bad. Fucking don't believe him. That's basically what I was thinking that was gonna happen. So.
And do you feel like your life's still in danger now?
Well, see, I'm connected with a couple other people that I talked to about it, and they had went and talked to them and kind of settled on an agreement. Like, he's a young kid, and he really didn't know the rules out here, which I kind of did, but I acted like I didn't. And they kind of and the guys respected me for not telling police anything.
Right.
So
that's how it works down here.
No bygones, let bygones be bygones. No more trespassing.
That's a warning.
What I call it. Yeah, that's a warning shot. Yeah.
So do you have contact with your family back home?
Oh yeah, not as much as they'd like. I call them like once a week. And they try and shoot me a little bit of money here and there, help me out financially, but they don't. They're not dumb. They know what I'm doing. They know drugs that I do. So
I wouldn't spot you as a drug addict,
no,
opiate addict right off the bat.
No,
you look pretty straight.
No, last year around this time, I weighed 226 pounds. I'm 163 pounds right now. So if you'd have seen me then and now, you'd spot me out pretty quick.
Oh, is that right? Wow.
Yeah, I lost a lot of weight, and it's not that I'm not eating good out here, because they fucking feed us.
So
Starbucks.
What is it? Is it the opiates just?
I'd say it's the opiates, you know,
Are you sleeping?
As much as I can, you know. I don't like to sleep a lot because you go to sleep too long, you wake up.
But some of the drugs out here, you'll stay up all night.
Oh yeah,
For days on end.
crystal meth is. I don't even like to. I do touch it, but I don't like to because, yeah, like I said, so I slept last night, but you know, prior to that, I was up for like 3 days straight. You know, trying to sleep,
right?
Just didn't happen.
Yeah. So you're still a young man. What do you see for your future? You got a warrant.
I don't see LA as my future lifestyle forever, because I talk to some of these guys that, you know, they like say it as like it's like a badge of honor. Like, I've been on Skid Row 30 years. Like, like, wow, I'm impressed, dude. Like, I don't want that to be me. You know what I'm saying? So, one of these days, you know, I'm just gonna have to make a final decision to my parents have told me time and time again they would buy me a plane ticket home, but I don't know. There's something like gravitating, like keeping me here.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's like
you're not fed up enough yet.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, or I don't know. It's free food.
There's something about this lifestyle, this Skid Row lifestyle, that's addicting. I see a lot of people that they can't pull themselves away from it.
Yeah, super comfortable, very comfortable, and that's I think where I'm at. I'm like content with it, but at the same time,
despite you're getting robbed and you're getting shot and you're not sleeping at night, it's still comfortable.
Besides all that, yeah, like I don't know what's keeping me here, but it's something. Obviously, probably drugs, honestly.
Yeah, the availability of the drugs. And
because I have a lot of people back home that know who I am, you know, and it's a lot harder to get away with, you know, buying drugs, or, you know, someone that knows one of my people that's seen me in a drug house or something, and I tell them, like, I don't know if it's
you're very free here to do whatever you want, right?
Anything.
Even the cops will look the other way.
I'm white. I'm joking.
No, but
they tend to.
There's some truth in that.
Not care about you know, people doing drugs, especially on Skid Row. You know, yeah, I mean, it's typical. You see people smoking crack, doing whatever they want. The cops, you know, they say they got bigger fish to fry, or they just say, you know, he's on Skid Row. Taking him to jail will be doing him a favor. You know what I mean? Fuck, leave this dude alone. You know. That's the way I see it.
Do you have any friends?
I wouldn't call them friends. I call them acquaintances. Yes, because there's no such thing as friends on Skid Row. You know, you could have a guy play buddy for you for 2 days, and then, you know, he tells you, hey, man, I need to get some rest. I got crashed in your tent or whatever. Then you go to buy a couple single cigarettes. You come back and everything you know to life's gone in a duffel bag, you know, that your friend just took. So no friends for me.
Do you have any issues with like depression or anxiety or any of that?
Just like everywhere else, there's good days and bad days out here.
Yeah, you seem pretty stable.
I like to take the good with the bad, make the best out of every situation, you know, because I do see people that just sit out here and cry all day. Every time I walk by their tent, I can just expect them to be crying because they feel bad for themselves. You know, I kind of put myself here, not intentionally, but I did. Maybe a little intentionally, I don't know, but yeah, I don't try to be wimpy, crybaby, depressed all the time.
Do you think you might be a little self-destructive?
Oh yeah, definitely self-destructive. Yeah, without even thinking about it. I don't even think about it till after I destructed myself. Then I'm thinking like,
it's just your nature.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, I've been like Googling on my Obama phone, like if this can like rust out and like get in my bloodstream or something like this bullet, like, and they say as long as the initial bullet hole doesn't kill you, the infection, the bullet won't. So, you know, luckily I had a big shoulder blade, you know, big bone right here to catch it, you know, because I always like trying to feel my heartbeat and like match it up like before the leg went through or whatever.
But that could very easily have been your head, your neck, or your heart.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I stay out of that particular area. It's nowhere close to here, but it's a couple train stops up, but you don't see my face up there anymore.
And what's the most important lesson you've learned out here?
I'd have to say you don't sell drugs on other people's territories. That's the most important one so
that'd
far.
be a good one to stick to.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, Dakota. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you.
And I wish you the best of luck getting out of here.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, man.